Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Mayer, and in this video we will discuss lines and graphs. By the end of this lesson, you want to be able to say, I can describe lines using their graphs on the coordinate plane. So in this video, we've got two examples for you. The first one says you're going to find the slope and the y-intercept of this line right here. So in order to do that, we've got two different methods. The first way, you've heard this before, we know that slope is rise over run. Let's make sure we understand what that means. Rise on a graph means how much you're going to change between 2 points on your y-axis. I'm going to find 2 points, and rise means my change in my y values. Run means change in my x values. How far am I changing side to side between those 2 points? So the first things first, I got to find some points on here. So I'm noticing I want to find the points, use the points that cross exactly on the corners of my boxes. This is not a corner here. This is a corner here. So I definitely want to use where the grid lines intersect each other. I can use this one. This is fine. Not so much. Ooh, this is a good one. Not so much. This one would work too. So you can use any of these points. I'm going to go ahead and skip one and go all the way down here. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and count my change in my y values. How far am I changing from this point to this point? Again, you cannot count on a slant because slants are a little bit longer than a whole box. So I need to count down 1, down 2. I don't have to count anymore. Nope, because I'm at the level I need to be. So I went down, it's a negative, and we went 2. So this is going to be y is -2. The change in y is -2. Let's count again from this same point. We're going to count over 1, 2, 3, and 4. Since I went to the right, it is positive, so it is over +4. Almost done, not quite though. Anytime we work with a fraction, also called a ratio in math, we need to see if it can be simplified. I notice a number that goes into both of these, divides into both, is a 2. So I divide both by 2. -2 divided by 2 is -1 over 4 divided by 2 is 2. So my final answer here for my slope is -1/2. Now there's another way to go ahead and find slope as well, and that is by using the coordinates. So if I want to use the coordinates, again, it's still the change in y over the change in x. This is just another way to do it. First, I want to label my coordinates. So this point right here, its coordinates, again, always label your x first and then your y. So I'm counting over -2 for x, comma, for y. How far do I go up and down from my starting line? I don't go any. So it is right on this line, meaning it's on the 0. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing over here. Again, always label your x first, then your y. I went over 1, 2. Always start from 0, 0, guys. 1, 2. So 2, it's a +2 for x, and I went down to, it's a -2 for y. So at this point, since this point came first, I'm going to put little 1s. Since this point I did second, I'm going to put 2s. You can switch those if you want to, as long as you switch everything. Both of these could be 1s. Both of these could be 2s. You can't mix and match though. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and plug them in. y2, it says it's -2. Take away, y1 is 0. Divided by x2 is 2. Take away -2, but there's already a negative. Did I do this right? No. The formula says I need to have this extra negative, and then it's a -2. So my job is to put 2 in a row here, guys. I highly recommend putting a parenthesis so you don't forget. Let's work it out. -2 minus 0 is -2. 2, take away -2. Be careful with this one. Anytime I have a negative, I'm subtracting a negative, that's the situation where it becomes a positive. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Noticing the exact same thing we got before, this is going to be -1/2 again. Last thing with this, so this is my slope. Again, we found slope. Last thing with this is we have to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is just where your line crosses the y-axis. That's it. So figure out where does it cross? No, right there. So this is the point. I'm seeing that this is -1. So it's crossing exactly at -1. For my y-intercept, I can say it's -1. Let's go ahead and put the exact point though. My y-intercept is at, now is -1 the y value or the x value? Oh, it's on the y line, so it has to be the y value. Okay, for the x value, what would I put though? I don't go over side to side at all, so it is a 0. So this is my coordinate for my y-intercept, and you have your slope from before. I've got one special case to show you really quick. For your special case, anytime I have a vertical line, this is very important you understand this, guys. This one's going to be a little weird. For vertical lines, this is true. Again, start off same way. Slope is rise over run. So you're already noticing I can choose this point. I can choose this point, this point, this point. There's so many different points I can choose on here. So let's say I'm going to do this one. Rise over run. Rise is my y values, the change in y values over the change in the x values. So I'm going to count my y value change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I went down. So this is -5. My change in my x values, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't go side to side at all. So that's 0. So I go to work this out, and this is when I get confused. If I do -5 divided by 0, it's not -5. It's not 0. This is a messy situation. This is asking me how many times does 0 go into -5? How many times can you add 0 to -5? Well, I can add it once, I can add it twice, I can add it a million times. It still says it's the same answer. There's no change in this number. So since there's not a specific number of times that I can use this, the answer is called undefined. There's no definition. It's undefined. Anytime you have a vertical line, the slope is undefined. That's very important. Next thing, find the y-intercept. Where does this line cross your y-axis? It doesn't. So guess what? You have no y-intercept. Sometimes that will happen. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you soon.